And welcome back, everybody. This is Ghost Stories Told from the South. I am your co-host, Lexi.
And I am your host, Stephen Booth. We got some scary stuff for you today, once again. I don't realize how fast this September month is going.
Oh, it's going so fast.
It's bull crap, man.
Yeah,
That's
this
one thing
is
I hate about Halloween. I wish it lasted longer.
yeah, same. So
Because September's
basically,
almost over.
yeah, we have this one, which y'all are gonna listen to this week, and then we have one more for September, and we're done with September.
And
We're
that's
gonna start
crazy.
October.
We just started.
I know. I've noticed since we started doing this podcast stuff, time goes by so much
So
faster.
fast. And we forget.
Yeah, but we are excited to share with you some spooky stories. So, yeah, and I think you guys will like what we have planned for October.
Yes.
Who's gonna start?
I don't care.
I will start because I already have mine
Fine.
like pulled up and everything. So,
You go, girl.
I'm going to be covering the Denbach
Den
Denbach
Denba or Denver?
Asylum in Denbach, England.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it. I'm not trying to make fun of
Denbach.
anybody. That just really sounds like a lot of fun to say like that, so that's why I said it.
It
So-
kind of sounds like it would be like that. Denba.
Denbach.
So if
Yeah.
anybody from England knows for sure what that is, email us and tell us.
Yeah, please, because I'm probably making fun of you guys so bad right now, not even meaning to. Okay, so basically this place was like built for the lunatics or whatever, It was built for them in the North Wales of England or whatever. Well, the construction for it began in 1848. They originally only had beds for 200 people. So it went from having beds to 200 to having a lot more, as we will get to the pictures in a second to show that. They had maintenance rooms and shops and a boiler room added in 1862. And I guess everything was going good and stuff until the 1940s when electric shock therapy was introduced.
Ooh, so that just started shocking the shit out of people.
Yeah, and then the sleep therapy stuff was introduced, and so was the frontal lobotomy. So, and in 1899, they got housed to over 1,500 patients. So when it first opened, they could only fit 200. Then it went to having 1,500, and that was before the 1900s. even
That's
began.
crazy. That's a lot of dang people.
Yeah, and that was just like over the span of like 50 years. Well, this place closed in 1995, and they took pretty much any and everybody in.
It looks like a castle. It don't even look like it was in the same
Oh,
time.
yeah, no, I know, it's
Thing
crazy.
is huge.
They said that they took in people with learning disabilities, depression, dementia, postnatal depression. I really don't know what that is. Epilepsy, alcoholism, women who mistakenly had babies. So if you got knocked up, then you got put in there. Like and every reason. They said that they have a burial ground there, and a lot of people died. I mean, kind of expected. And you can hear screaming and laughters and scratching, and you can get scratched, and things have been thrown at people, and it's not very pleasant there.
It does not sound very pleasant at all.
No. Well, this place, if you look, I guess is like
It's huge. It's like a dang castle.
It's huge, and I wanted to see.
See, that right there would make an awesome haunted house.
Oh yeah, no, this place would, and this place was huge. It looks like a cross from like in the sky.
Oh, it does. Huh.
I've never seen one shaped like that. But they ended up, I guess, adding like more later on because, like I said, it went from like 200 to 1,500 in just 50 years.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
They had to obviously add some more. The inside looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Just think.
That looks kind of like off Briarcliff
It does.
when it's abandoned.
That'd be a cool place to have a haunted house at.
Yeah, looks like a really cool place to go investigate, but I guess that's kind of like an older picture.
Oh, dude, just think of doing a live podcast from there.
Oh Lord, England, here we come. Okay, well, that was mine. I know it really short, but mainly these pictures. It sucks when we do these podcasts a little bit because you guys can't see,
Yeah.
and even if we record. So what you guys need to do for real is like look at these pictures whenever
Yeah,
as you're with
when
us.
you get some time to kill, or if you're listening to us on a desktop, just Google. What we do is just Google in the name of the place we're talking about and find a lot of pictures on it.
Oh, so many. Well, would you like to go next, my kind sir?
I guess so. I'm going to go ahead and do the.
Sorry.
I think I'll do the.
Sorry.
Well, we're over here hitting. We're bumping notepads together.
I did it twice.
Okay.
My
I'm
bad.
going to do. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What are you going to talk about, sir?
Today I'm going to talk about the Artisan Center Theater in Hearst or Arlington. It's like right on the line, I think it, or something like that, in Texas. It's technically in Hearst, but it's originally called the Blair Theater. It's said a former employee's spirit who haunts the theater. He died of a heart attack, and a woman who visits have said to have entered the have said to entertain the actor with her. What? I can't even read my own handwriting.
Where you at?
A woman.
A woman who visits.
Oh, okay, woman who visits. Oh, have said to have encountered. Okay, a woman goes to his visitors, said to have entertained and her.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, sorry.
I'm not talking about the kinky way. Just he's a perverted little ghost, I guess. And there's another spirit named Nelly, who is not a nice man. Sounds like the other one wasn't nice either, but he's just a little horny.
Oh, that's great.
But this guy just sounds like a grumpy guy. His name's Nelly. He
Nelly Billy.
wasn't a nice man. He turns the lights off and on, turns the water on, messes with you with voices and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, at least he doesn't, like, push you off.
But, I mean, doing their research on it, it had not really has had any big major, like, bad stuff happen there. Like, there's been no fire or nothing like in some theaters, or nobody's killed themselves or fell off anything. I mean, at one stagehand died of a heart attack.
Oh.
And Nelly, they're not for sure about him. They just call him that.
Hmm.
But since that one was so short and sweet,
I can't even find pictures of the inside. Those are just all the productions they've done.
I'll do one more since that one was so short and sweet.
Short and sweet and saucy.
All right. I'm going to do the old Heron Castle in Fort Worth. It's right on Fort Worth Lake, I take it. I've never been there. In fact, I've never heard about it until now. So, it's like a brick castle. Looking at the pictures, it's a brick castle like on Lake Worth.
That's for a different story.
I was like,
sorry, that's for my next story.
That's funny. I was like, that's no castle.
Hang on, let me look it up for you. Go ahead and continue. Sorry
Anyways,
about that, guys.
Legend says that the original builder of the building found her death floating in the lake. And they no one ever knew what happened to her or nothing. They just went to check on her one day and she was floating in the lake. So, yeah, that's a big old castle, ain't it? Yeah, and it's all abandoned and fallen down. It'd be
Compare
nice
the,
if someone could fix it.
compare this one to what we were originally looking
Oh, I know.
at. Oh wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah.
Dad, let's go live here.
Okay.
Oh, that must be where.
Since then, a woman in white has been seen leaving the building, like running. Like people on
Ooh.
boats and stuff will say they see her hauling butt out of the house.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It looks really nice, but like I can see kind of like what they were talking
Yeah.
about. That's kind of.
The Samuel White family got the estate in the 1920s after he won it in a poker game, supposedly. This was the family that turned the original house into the castle. The son committed suicide in the castle and is to believed his spirit haunts the castle. And there are reports of neighbors seeing him in the window of the second floor of the castle and roaming the property, which is weird about seeing him in the second story. There's no second story. The floor's gone. So,
What?
yeah, because the castle's falling apart and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, and then they see him wandering around the property.
I mean, look at yeah. There's a fence around it in the newer pictures, but
Yeah.
that is weird. That reminds me of the one where it's like just like the story I did about how they brought like the devil in their town
Oh,
about
God,
the
yeah.
hotel, and it's just like the structure of the hotel, but no floors or anything, but people can see stuff from like higher floors.
Yeah.
That is creepy.
After the suicide of his son, the family leased the house to the Volte Aircraft Corporation as a lakeside retreat. In 1970, Tony and Maureen May tried to restore the castle, but did not happen. A fire destroyed much of what they did. Through the years, owners have came and gone, but no one really. They don't really say who owns it now. It's just fenced off, and you can't go on it without
It might
permission.
either be like, because it's a big castle, they might not want to destroy it, so it might be like
Yeah.
like how the city owns the baker or whoever. You know what I mean?
Know what I mean? Yeah, know what I mean, man.
You good on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so now to what we got our pictures messed up. I was jumping ahead and going to get mine loaded up there.
Way to go. Way to jump ahead.
So, this is the old Changi Hospital in Singapore. Because I noticed that we had some followers there.
In Japan, Singapore.
Is that where Singapore is?
I'm not for sure.
Oh,
I think we've got people from Japan.
Well, okay. So, this place, it's, hospital, whatever. You look at the pictures, it looks like looks like you go there for like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy looking.
Yeah, especially at night.
Yeah.
So, it was built in 1935 to serve British Royal Air Force, those people, and it was called the Rath Hospital. And then in 1942, it was a prison camp for British
British soldiers.
soldiers.
So, not shoulders.
Shoulders.
Soldiers.
Shoulders. Man, I have
Soldiers.
never been able to say this word.
Say soul.
Soul-
Soldiers.
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 It's a prison camp for British soldiers.
Soldiers.
Soldiers and allies.
Soldiers.
So I feel bad. I'm not meaning to make fun of y'all if y'all are listening to this, but I can't not talk. You guys know this if you're a follower. Anyway, after the war happened or whatever, the hospital returned to Britain. It became the British hospital again. People can see like soldiers. Oh, I said it. Soldiers. God dang it.
See?
Soldiers. Oh my gosh. They can see those people there. And there's also this presence of a little boy. Well, also, they can hear like dissembled screams, and they can see shadow people. They can feel like the tormented souls, and like when it was hospital for like the war thing, or yeah,
When it was a
in a
hospital
camp.
for the war, not a hospital for the war thing, for the
Stop.
war.
When it was
War.
hospital for the war and the prison camp or whatever, yeah, they felt that because it stayed there and what all the stuff they went through. Well, I guess by filming the movie, The Haunted Conjuring, people reported like noises that were happening when people weren't around that area, stuff being
Did
thrown,
we ever
stuff
see
being
that?
moved. I don't think so. We should watch it though.
The haunted what?
The Haunted Conjuring.
Huh. They got some pretty creepy stories over there.
Yeah. So, I thought that was pretty interesting.
So,
Yeah,
when they did the movie there, it stirred up the ghost.
Yeah, like
So
they said, a
did
lot of stuff happened.
So they did a movie based on true events and stuff from there.
I didn't get into the movie a lot. We should just watch it. But
Yeah.
I guess this place is a little bit creepy.
I'd say so.
Ew. I don't
What's
like
that?
I guess that's the inside of it.
Oh God.
That's like a seance.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. I don't want to look at that anymore.
You can do another one,
I can.
and then I'll do one.
Yeah. I
God
don't really
damn.
care how we do it.
16 minutes.
I have a lot.
I still got some more. I can
I-
break into my other episodes that I haven't done yet, my
Yeah,
cougars. I guess these short ones we need to start just doing 5 or 6 at a time.
Well, like I said, I have.
And
a
I'm
lot,
sorry,
so-
folks, but there's some of that stuff you can find like just pages. Then there's some of these places it's like a paragraph or two.
Well, and I think our biggest issue is because also like we got the surface covered because we've been doing this for like 5 months now.
Yeah.
So like I just said 5 months. We've been doing this for about a month now,
What?
a month or two now.
May.
May, June, July. Oh my gosh, it really has been that long. Again, time flies. So yeah, we've been doing this for a pretty while, and we just barely scratched the surface of like what's out there. So like we're gonna have to start digging further to get the stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to find because there's I have South American.
I've only got one more story. I can do two more stories and that's it.
No, I'm trying because I have
I'm
South.
tapped out after that, my
I have
spooky
South
little
American-
friends. You
No, I have South American urban legends that I want to talk about.
need to write down the time for this so we can play some music in. It's time.
Oh no, there's South Africa urban
The
legends.
sticky pad.
Okay. So, I have some South Africa urban legends I was trying to find. So this is the mermaids of the Karo. They, I guess, are thought to occupy the pools of the Buffeljag and
What?
the kangaroo waters. This is in South Africa, so
But okay.
this is their urban legends. Like
Oh,
this is like their
okay.
most-
I was like, what the? That's
Yeah.
weird.
The belief has been shared through many locals, and there also is like a number of like unmarked graves, I guess. It's really, well, this thing will like come out of the water and like point to victims
Cool. So it comes out and points at you.
and like lures you into the water. Well, the unmarked graves have led the people I can't talk. The unmarked graves
Tell.
has led the victims, like the people to the victims of this mermaid thingy.
Oh.
So yeah, and apparently she's not nice. I'm gonna call it a she because it's mermaid. She's not nice. Pale skin, black long hair, and red eyes. So like a siren. I don't know. Like, again, it's in South Africa and it goes along with like some of their traditions, and I don't know that. So like, but if you are, because I think we still have some people from Africa. So if you're from around there and you would like to help me clear up this, or if
Yes,
you have
we'd
any
like
more
to
urban
know.
legends, just like feel free to get me on Facebook or Instagram. You don't even have to email me.
And
Okay.
say, hey, here's the true story right here.
Why are you doing an Australian?
I don't know.
Two totally different places. Okay, this is another one. This is called Highway Sheila.
Oh, Sheila.
Oh, Sheila, I love you. I feel so bad. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so decades ago, a girl named Sheila was trying to flag down for help because her car had broken down on a highway. Well, this group of men pulled over, but they weren't in the mood to help. They were like, these mean guys. Well, they had committed a brutal gang rape on her. They murdered her, and then they abandoned her by the roadside. So, she had a traumatic death there. Well, she can be spotted on the same stretch of road, and I guess she haunts you. It doesn't really say what happens if she catches you or anything, or if you see her.
Why don't somebody do that for me? Go out there and experiment and go to this place and see if that ghost will get you.
Yeah, especially if you're from South Africa, because, that's a long plane ride for us.
Yeah.
So, if someone tests these theories, or let us know if you know about them.
Yeah.
So, Daddy-O, what do you want me to do another one, or you got it?
I've got it. I'll do two more.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do the Thistle Hill of Fort Worth.
What?
Nothing. I just thought I heard something.
Oh. Dude, I swear, every time I do a podcast, earlier whenever I was outside, I was like, who wants to do a podcast? And we just hear,
yeah, something answered. And it wasn't quite right.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. The Thistle Hill in Fort Worth was built in 1903 for $40,000. It was built for the Electra Wagner by her father, A.B. Wharton, to stay and take care of her siblings because their mother passed. So basically, this rich dude was like, it's kind of like like right now, I'm rich, and it's time for you to go to college or whatever and move out of the house. And I'm like, honey, if I build you a house over here, would you stay and take care of the siblings and help me?
Oh, that's messed up.
So she built the house, or he built her a house. She said yeah, because she didn't want her, her brother and sister to be abandoned.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So she stayed and did that. And the hauntings did not start till the 1970s, when it was, what's the one thing that always gets them ghosts stirred back up?
The renovations?
Yes. Okay, little note here. I know you want to fix your house up, but if it's a really old house, maybe just some paint and wallpaper.
Yeah.
Don't do nothing major.
Like, tear down the walls and be like,
because you don't want to stir something up. That and...
Oh, how much you want to bet once that baker's done, it's going to be more haunted than it was before?
Oh, yeah, with all the remodeling. I'm surprised they haven't started seeing more stuff yet.
That or we see a worker just fly off in the middle of the night or the day.
Gosh. That'd be nuts.
Yeah, don't ever do renovations on
and
old
that
building.
Too, if you're really looking to rent a house or buy a house and they're like, oh, it's dirt cheap,
don't buy it.
Don't buy it or rent it because it's dirt cheap for a reason.
Because something just happened. I don't know, somebody was murdered in there.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the story.
That's a little life lesson.
That's what I always tell Lexi. Now you know, don't buy nothing cheap.
Something will happen to you.
Okay. 1970s, they renovated. A lady has been seen at the main grand staircase. They believe that's her, the woman. Then a gentleman wearing a tennis clothes and sporting a handlebar mustache, and he's been seen. They're not for sure who he is, but they do hear music and stuff coming from the ballroom and footsteps sometimes.
Oh, this is a pretty little nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little hotel.
Looks like
a house.
Courthouse.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute though.
Mm-hmm.
What if that man is like her ex-lover or something?
Yeah. Yeah. But she really likes to come out during, because sometimes they rent it out for stuff.
I swear, if you say weddings, because all these pictures are weddings.
Well, yeah.
She's probably in a bunch of the wedding pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's funny though. There's a guy dressed up in an old tennis outfit, like from the '80s, with the old '80s handlebar mustache. Ain't that crazy?
Ew.
Yeah, because usually you're dressed in, their old stuff,
Yeah, like what they
Western
died in or
days.
what they
Yeah,
wore a lot or something.
I've never heard of a ghost that new.
I'm new. I don't know what to do.
But I guess I'll do one more.
If you want me to go, I can.
We'll do one more, and then you do two more. I guess I'm gonna start planning for 5.
I'm always covered. I always have extras. So.
Well, I wasn't covered that good today, Adolf.
Don't call me that.
That is rude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, jerk.
Why don't you go? Shh. Be quiet.
Go.
Okay, this is the Adolphs Hotel. Ain't that right? Adolphus
Adolphus
Hotel.
Hotel, yeah. I was about to say, what are you trying to say?
Okay. I've never been to this place or heard of it. So, anyways,
Yeah, me
it's a big old hotel in Dallas, apparently. It was made by Adolphus Bush, and he is the guy who basically started the Budweiser company. The Bush
wow.
Company, I think they call it.
I don't.
Anyways.
Ew.
Sicko. This is ghost stories told from the South, not dirty thoughts from the South.
Oh, yeah, because it used to, I guess, be called the Adolphus Hotel.
Yeah.
I found the old logo.
Yeah. It was the guy who started the Bush Brewing Company.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty old place.
Yeah, it's pretty tall, too. Anyway, continue.
Anyways, he built it in 1912, and within a year, it became like one of the best hotels around. I mean, it got notoriety quick, and it's still pretty successful little
I was
hotel.
saying, well, look at it.
But one of the reports goes sometimes the desk clerk, and especially on night shift, the desk clerk will get a call about footsteps and old music playing outside people's door or their room, and they'll keep complaining about it, and they'll finally go check it out, and every time they go to investigate it, there's nothing there, nothing's found, nothing.
Nope.
Yeah. And then, ever since the death of a woman that was a regular at the bistro, which is another word for their bar, the staff started seeing a woman come and sit down at the same table. Not every day, but every now and then you'd see this woman come and sit down, and they finally just figured, she's got to be a regular from back in the 20s or whenever the brothels were big.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, you'll like this one. Every hotel's got to have a story about what, Lexi?
The lady in white.
Well, not just that, but
Is
what
it about
else?
a dang bride?
Yes. Hey, it's got to do that in every hotel. It wouldn't be a hotel if the bride didn't die.
Before we do brides, I've never understood why a lot of people want to get married in hotels and all these stories.
Well, because I don't know, because they're big, pretty hotels.
Or was it because it was back then and there really wasn't another place to go?
Well, there might have been.
Because, that's weird. Okay, anyway, continue. My opinion. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. There is a bride on the 19th floor that haunts the hall. The reports of a woman crying. She always appears when she's another one who always appears when there's a party or a big wedding.
Wow. When there's a wedding, bet you she's crashed a few photos.
Yeah.
Few photos in her day. Okay, well, with that little, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same thing with this hotel. There wasn't
a lot.
Yeah. Well, this woman, the bride though, this was like one of the few suicides. This woman, she hung herself because the guy that was supposed to meet her there didn't meet her.
The groom?
Didn't show up. So,
Oh, that's so she got pretty much left at the altar.
yeah, so she hung herself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, on
Wow.
that floor. So, when there's a wedding party, who's going to crash it?
Let's not go to that floor.
That's where you're getting married. I've already got it booked.
No.
Yeah.
Find someone to marry
On
me,
the
and I'll
19th
take you up
floor,
on that offer.
you're getting married there. You're going to have your honeymoon there.
No. Okay. So, I don't know, honestly, if I've done this one. Maybe I've just looked it up. There's not a lot on it. But I think I have a story that's, like, close to it. Or, like, there was a crash by it. It's the woman hollering quick. We have quick. It's
The woman hollering.
hollering.
It's the woman hollering quick. She's really scary and she cries like this. Wee,
She's gonna come and eat us. The woman hollering. Oh my gosh.
Is it like the La La Lura?
Yeah.
You've already done La La Lura.
No, I have done her, but like I haven't done the woman hollering creek. They're supposed to be two different things, but like they're also related.
That don't make any damn sense.
Well, because okay, woman hollering creek, and it's between San Antonio and Saginaw, or not Saginaw, Sequin.
Sequin.
Sequin, Texas. Well, it refers.
Sequin.
She is referred to Lala Lorna, the crier in Spanish. That's her name. I didn't realize it was translated to that. I guess this person is still there. She's looking for her kids, but legend has it that if you get close to the water, you get pulled in or pushed in. So I guess it's sort of like Lala Lorna, but like I couldn't really find like where it originated. But they have signs everywhere leading to this place.
Woman hollering creek. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, and it's so I don't know. So, that's really short, and I know. But I also wanted to do White Rock Lake. It's in Dallas. I guess like somebody just died there and just stuck there because it was a park. Or first opened up in 1911. I had to correct myself. I'm sorry.
Like, that's a pretty new park.
No, I'm sorry. 1911. And it came into a park in the 1930s. Well, I guess this woman in her 20s back then, around like 1930s, she drowned or died or something. She's the lady of the lake there. She roams the lake, she wants for a ride, and then like she disappears. It's almost like that one you told. You look behind you and there's a wet spot, or like
oh
you look
yeah,
behind and she's gone. So it's kind of like that one, but I was like, because I noticed that like a lot of like the lake ones are like all the same.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's very, very weird. But okay, I'm gonna do another one because those were very, very.
Yes, we didn't realize everything was going to be that short. We'll start getting together better like this and be more prepared, fellas and ladies and gentlemen, babies.
Okay, so there's this one I want to talk about because it's almost Halloween.
Yes.
And before we get into it, because Halloween's going to be like scary, or supposed to be. So this is a little introduction to it. So this is about the urban legend of the corrupted candy. Now, I'm pretty sure that this actually happened also, but it's an urban legend too. It's about like, it's like based on the theory that parents have to taste the candy before the kids can eat it. You know, because like, there's going to be a razor blade in your apple, or don't you know?
Hey, wait a minute.
You did this one?
Is it about a girl in Houston?
No.
Or not in Houston, but around the Metroplex?
It's not about a girl at all.
Okay, good. You was fixing to get mad, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was like, gosh, dang it. Because we always just surprise each other with what stories we have. And I was like, I swear, you have this. Anyway, this is the corrupted candy, urban legend. Basically, it's like a maniac slides razor blades into apples and needles into candy bars and puts acid into the pixie sticks or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's why parents have to check your kids' candy also
They used to
The
always
world
tell
today
us.
grew up.
They used to always tell us, go get your candy X-rayed before you eat it.
Yeah, like,
Well, back in the 80s, there was that scare right there.
well, and I don't know when this happened. Oh, actually, I do. So this was close to the 80s. The story. That might have been where the story. That might have been where that came from. Okay, if this like yeah. So anyway, because yeah. So the urban legend is about checking your candy or all that, and the only reason that it is a urban legend now is because of this guy right here. So basically, this guy was a father to this one son, and he was taking his son out for candy one night because it was Halloween night. It was in Pier Park, Texas. It was October 31st, 1974. That's right before you were born.
Mm-hmm.
And he took his 8-year-old son and 5-year-old daughter to trunk or treating. Or trick or treating, not trunk or treating.
Yeah, they didn't have that back then.
Shut up. Well, he split 27-inch pixie sticks between his son and his daughter. And I guess he had poisoned, I don't know how many of the pixie sticks for his son because he wasn't sure which one he'd get. Well, he put cyanide poison in the pixie sticks and stapled them shut. And the little boy was like, it's okay, I'll still eat it. But he was only 8. He was like Jackson's age.
Yeah.
So he's also a boy. Like, boys will eat anything. And so he got sick later that night when they got home, rushed to the hospital, and, he died. Well, his father the day before had took out his life insurance policy because he goes, I was $100,000 in debt and I needed some money.
So I'll kill my
killed
son.
His kid. Yeah. Well, he was sentenced
actually
to
that
death.
was a true story.
Yeah, I know. The urban legend was like, your parents have to check it.
Because I remember hearing about that.
So he was sentenced to death in 1975 and he was put to death in 1984. So that kind of, I think, also didn't help with the fact, like, oh,
yeah.
we really need to check your candy before, like, you eat it. But also, like, there's still, like, a little bit to the urban legend of, like, hey, every candy out there is poison, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, this was, like, back in, like, the 70s-ish, 70s to 80s, so, like, imagine how it is now with, like, the creeps. So, I know it's not really like a ghosty thing, but it's like an urban legend, so I was like, we gotta do it, and it's about Halloween, so like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do or you don't have any more, do you?
No.
Okay,
do one more, and I guess we'll have to wrap it.
Wrap her up. Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna do the King's Seat Hospital. Let me type in here real quick, so I can show my dad these pictures.
Because for some reason she wanted to be the computer whiz. I know what for, though. She thought if she got over on that side, she was going to get the old captain's chair.
I am part captain, so I should get half the chair.
I said she's got to earn that spot. I am the host. You have to earn it. But she does get to sit here when she does her show with her sister.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually haven't seen the pictures. The pictures don't actually look that bad compared to the story. Ew.
The hell?
Oh, I forgot it's also I forgot it's also a haunted house. Okay. I forgot, and I was like, oh my gosh, what? Because there's like a picture of like a ghost thing.
That just looks like a normal, like, big house. I mean, it don't look creepy.
It looks pretty weird, but like a big, yeah. Anyway, you'll have to look at the photos. Okay, so this is like a hospital thing.
New
you know
Zealand.
I mean?
Hey,
yeah.
we got some people in New Zealand, I think.
That's why I did it.
Oh.
Yeah, this is in New Zealand. This place operated from 1932 to 1999. That is a mouthful. It housed over 800 patients, and they had a maximum security ring, and they had a morgue on site.
More on site? That's not nice.
Patients, were subjected to horrific acts of, abuse. And ex-patients actually came in the 60s and 70s and claimed, like abuse and sexual assault and like talked about the electric shock therapy and the drugs that they got as punishment. So like they talked out against the hospital. And this hospital is said to be one of the most haunted ones in New Zealand.
Oh my gosh.
So
We must do a podcast there.
we have so many we need to go to. So this is the death of an 11-year-old. I guess they covered it up and said it was pneumonia. In reality, a nurse beat him to death.
Oh my God.
So, but they were like, "Oh no, you just died of pneumonia." But that friend that was friends with him, like, got out when he was like at like 20 or 18 or whatever the age limit was to get out, or something. You know, he got better or something and let him out for whatever reason, or because he got out when it closed and came out and talked about it. Well, then, also, 2 13-year-old boys, they were troubled. They snuck out of the hospital in 1967 and they vanished without a trace. Well, the people at the hospital said they snuck out and drowned in the lake, but like they have not found their bodies or anything. So like that part is creepy.
Yeah.
But that's also probably a part of a serial killer. It makes you wonder, like, if you care the serial killers back then, like who, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean.
And back then they really didn't know what a serial killer was.
Yeah. Just a maniac or whatever. That's what they called him. So, this is one place. It reminds me of Grey's Anatomy because it's like this is like the place where like the doctors die way more than patients. The nurses died so much more than the patients, like on the premises. Basically, they just killed themselves all the time there. Like they were dropping like flies. So, that happened, and they have over 100 reported sightings of ghosts. I only got like a couple because that was a lot. There's this gray nurse. It's the most popular. That person,
hey,
guy
a woman
or girl.
of a different color.
I know,
not
right?
White. Gray this time.
She committed suicide, and she wanders around the nurses' quarters and like does stuff in there. You know, like the normal, like I'll slam doors, you open the windows, do this. Even though like really it's not open anymore, but. Well, and you can also, the cupboards, like, they shake, like, open and shake and everything. Then you can hear tapping on the windows, I say windows, toilets flush themselves and the sinks turn on by themselves and off. There's a sulfur smell. To me, that was weird because that was an Ohio thing. And with the Wendigo, anytime someone's on the Wendigo, they smell
Oh, yeah,
sulfur.
they smelled the sulfur.
And then you can see shadows and you can hear voices. Well, it was on Ghost Adventures at one point. And then they made, not the entire hospital, they just made half of it into a haunted part or asylum. So I guess like the other half where nothing happens, that's where stuff happens. Or like stuff that didn't happen in the haunted show or whatever, the house happens. And like the guests are okay with it because they think it's like part of the show. But the people who are running the show are like, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's a ghost.
And they're like, ha, whatever, it's a haunted house.
Yeah. So, sorry.
Sorry, guys, we're loud tonight.
I'm just hitting stuff left and right.
It's been a long day. We might have some storms coming in later.
Storms. Well, okay, that's all I got. I got some stuff on dolls for next week.
Oh, God. But we will hit it hard. And the next weekend, this weekend, get a lot of stories for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll get back to doing it for an hour like we used to.
It's been a weird couple weeks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, but it's been great.
It has.
Well, you want to tell them.
Especially for October, we will be on for an hour. Well, we are, okay, so we're pretty much on everything now.
God.
We got on Amazon Music the other day.
Yes, they are on it. We are on Amazon, baby.
So check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon. I think we're on Audible, which is weird because that's a book thing. I just went blank.
I just got all of our almost done with doing our channel for YouTube. Go check that out. It's Ghost Stories Told from the South. I've got everything till about episode 16 done.
Yeah.
So then after that, I still got some more shit to download and put on there. But hey, it'll be great.
And then check us out on Instagram at South Texas Ghost. Check us out on Facebook at Ghost Story Store from the South. And check out the email if you want to at ghoststoriestorefromthesouth at gmail.com. Well, I think that's it.
Check out her sister's
Oh, yeah.
podcast. What's
It's
really out
really
there?
out there. We have Facebook and Instagram. It's What's Really Out There.
Check out her cousin's Borderline Texas Trash, and it's not a political show.
Yeah,
it's
no,
comedy.
it's not. It's just a, yeah.
Commentary.
So,
But yeah, we'll get some better stories. I mean, these stories are good. We just
longer
get
ones.
more and try to get some longer ones and have more for ya. But you guys be
Enjoy
good
your
and be
rest of
real.
your
Enjoy the rest
September.
of your
There's not much
September.
left.
Yeah. We're going to get the yard ready for Halloween. It's weekend, so we might take pictures and put that up on our
Our
social medias.
Yay. Okay, well, stay safe out there. If it rains, don't get wet. And, yeah.
And if you've been listening to this, you've been listening to Ghost Stories Told from the South. I am your host, Stephen Booth. And this is my
Co-host, Lexi.
Mm,
Bye.
we'll see you later.